Hello everyone, I'm Morgan, and today I wanted to share with you the books I got out from the library in June and the ones I bought. So, without further ado, let's just get into it. So, first I wanted to talk to you about the books that I got at the library. So the first one is A Gentleman in Moscow by Emma Charles. I've seen this book on many lists of favorite books of last year, I think, so I've been kind of curious. I think it's historical fiction, and that's kind of all I know. Honestly, every time I hear people talk about books and like telling about the plot, sometimes I feel like that it's interesting, and so I pick up the book and then I forget completely what it's about every time. So I think it's kind of cool because that way I can always get into books not knowing much. But still, if you ask me anything about books that I haven't read, I couldn't tell you a thing. But anyway, that was a tangent, but there's this book. Then I picked up Emerald City and Other Stories by Jennifer Egan. It's extremely short, so that's cool for me. I've been wanting to read something by Jennifer Egan. I think she wrote Visit from the Goon Squad, which I was interested in, but I saw this one, so I picked it up. Then I took out Nutshell by Ian McEwan. I read On Chesil Beach last month, which I really enjoyed, and this one I think I heard was this one is about the life of a fetus, so I'm intrigued, and I really liked Ian McEwan's writing, so I will see if I like this one. Then I picked up L'Arabe du Futur, Une jeunesse au Moyen-Orient by Riyad Sadouf. This is a graphic novel memoir of a man living in the Middle East. I think it's the same name in English, translated The Arab of the Future or something like that. I will put the link to the books in the description box as always anyway. I've really enjoyed Persepolis by Marjane Satrapi, which was a graphic novel memoir, so I think this one will also be cool, and I looked at it a bit inside, and so the art is really cool, with black and white and always one color, so it changes. So I'm really excited to get to this one. Then to the books I bought. So first I think I will tell you about all the classics that I bought because there are a lot. I got a lot of classics in that Penguin English Library edition. I just love it. So the first one is The Mill on the Floss by George Eliot. Then I have A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. And to H.G. Wells, The War of the Worlds and The Time Machine. Funny story about this one, I wanted to read this after I watched an interview with Neil deGrasse Tyson. He talks about his book, Astrophysics, about military, I don't remember, but anyway, what he was saying was that if there were aliens out there, they were probably smarter than us and they would come and enslave us. So I was like, that would be a great plot for a book, you know, aliens coming to Earth and enslaving them. So I searched for that, and the thing that came the closest to what I was looking for was this. So hopefully this will be what I hope it will be. And The Time Machine, I really want to read more books about time travel in any shape or form, so this is one. Then I also picked up The Woman in White by Wilkie Collins. This is said to be one of the best mysteries ever, and I've just really been into mysteries lately, and just in general. I find that I enjoy them a lot, especially like literary mysteries, I would say, specifically. You know, that have a little bit more focus on the writing, plus the story, and I've heard this one is, yeah, one of the best ones ever, so I hope it will be. I also picked up A Room with a View by E.M. Forster. I've heard so many great things about E.M. Forster, so I'm really excited to get to this. Then I picked up Shirley by Charlotte Bronte, again in a classics edition. This one is actually out of print, so I got it used, and I'm excited to get to this. Then I also picked up The Fountainhead by Ayn Rand. This is a modern classic, and I want to read it because I've heard so many people say how much they hate this with a passion, and that makes me curious, you know? I just really want to know if this is as bad as people say. And I also hope that it's not as bad as people say, because for one, it's really big, so it's a huge investment, and yeah, I hope I won't have bought something just to get rid of it, you know? But I also bought some other books that I will tell you about. One is The English Patient by Michael Ondaatje. I'm not sure, honestly, of the pronunciation. I've heard about this book over the years. I think it won the Man Booker Prize some year in 2000 or something. I'm curious. I really don't know what this is about. I know there's a movie that is also really known, but I don't know much about it, really. I also picked up another book, The Books Used. While I was buying this one, I bought The Diving Pool by Yoko Ogawa. This is translated from the Japanese, and it's a short story collection, I think. I've heard good things about this author, so I'm looking forward to that. Then I went to the bookstore and I bought The Silence of the Girls by Pod Barker in the paperback that just came out. I think this cover is so beautiful, honestly. I'm not that interested into this book, actually, like, not at all, but I've heard so many people say how amazing it is that I'm just curious. I'm the most curious person ever, really. I will read a book just because people say it's so good. Plus, I don't only read to enjoy. I love analyzing, so I can analyze any book even if it's bad, so I'm gonna try this. And I also picked up Alias Grace by Margaret Atwood, which I'm just so interested in. This tells about the true story of this woman who was imprisoned in the 1800s, I think. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember, honestly, but I know the plot sounded really good to me, and I've been wanting to read more books by Margaret Atwood, so I picked this up when I saw it. And the last book I picked up is Dress Codes for Small Towns by Courtney Stevens. This is Books and Lala's from Books and Lala's favorite book. She has a channel, and I picked this up for a challenge that I'm preparing in August, so you will see this sooner rather than later. But that is all for me. I hope you enjoy this. Thank you for watching, and please tell me any of the books you picked up in June, and if you read any of these, also tell me if they're any good, and I hope to see you soon. Please subscribe if you want to, and goodbye! Dream I know, deep up my feelings,